Today, from Soldier Field in Chicago, it's Week 4 of the NFL on EA Sports. Foles and the Chicago Bears taking on Carson Wentz and the Indianapolis Colts.
They say summer is the time to live in Chicago. Well, that's extended into autumn as we are ready to roll under blue skies at Soldier Field. This was the scene a moment ago as the Bears emerged from their tunnel. Ready for football are they, and ready for football are we as the Bears get set to match up with the Indianapolis Colts. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Bears team entering play. The losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Colts, they've got to be pleased with the start to this season. Obviously, a perfect 3-0.
3 good quality wins, too. It's got people in the locker room excited. They're thinking that this could be their year.
To kick off for Indianapolis.
It's 3-0 versus 2-1. A good early season battle as we're underway in Week 4. And this carries into the end zone. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. Nick Foles and the Bear offense about to be on display for the first time. Foles, the veteran, drafted in the 3rd round back in 2012 out of Arizona.
He had the numbers of a game last week that if you win, you talk about it being a gritty guy, managing the game, getting it done. But they lost. So obviously 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass, that's not going to be good enough. Got to get that changed around.
A play fake to Montgomery, now Foles. And he'll complete this one to Patterson. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Foles. And he finds his tight end, Graham. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 12 yards there and a 1st down. The numbers in last week's game for Graham. 8 catches, 70 yards, and a touchdown.
And most teams mark down big plays as ones that gain 10 yards or more. He certainly has big playability, and we just saw it on display.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Kombat. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. It kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. First carry now for David Montgomery. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up.
Good strong tackle by DeForest Buckner. Remember, the Colts gave up their first-round pick, number 13 overall, to get him from San Francisco, and they certainly think he's worth it.
And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down. Foles. Got a man. It's Patterson, complete. It'll wind up being stopped for no gain, and it'll lead to a 4th down. Now, the old pass completion for no gain, not something you want to call up out of the playbook too often.
Yeah, most offensive coordinators don't have that on their play sheet, so they've got to go back and scramble after this one. But right now, with what they're telling receivers about making sure you take care of the ball in open field, sometimes the fighting for extra yardage doesn't come as a result. That and good tackling can lead to no yards gained.
So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here.
Isaiah Rodgers on the return.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Colts are going to take over, albeit deep in their own territory. So now the Colts backed up to start their initial drive. And they'll be led out by their quarterback in his 5th season now, the former number 2 overall pick, Carson Wentz.
And he is hot, hot, hot. Yeah, okay, so there's a blemish in there, right? He did throw 1 interception in the last game.
But 5 touchdown passes.
Okay, that's the offset you want.
I say bench him. 5 touchdowns, 1 interception.
You are tough, coach. I thought the ratio was if you got to 3-1, your quarterback was operating at peak efficiency. 5-1.
And a win.
And a win? Yeah, just let him keep throwing it.
They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. And he'll be taken down at the 18. The numbers for him from a week ago. 24 carries, 84 yards.
How about the first month of the season for him? He leads the league in rushing, so you know his confidence is at an all-time high, which means his offensive line loves it too. They'll get more opportunities to run block for him.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. And maybe they were coming with a blitz that time and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming. Pick them up. Pick them up. And someone jumped.
Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. He's got his target. That's Zach Pascal. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Grabbed there by Zach Pascal. And he's one of those guys that often people forget are even on the roster. But when you look up at the end of the game, he's produced over 600 yards and 5 touchdowns in 2019.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Taylor. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. From the gun, it's Wentz. He'll find Paris Campbell. That's complete. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Well, from their point of view, this game could not be starting out much better, could it? Force a punt on defense, and now they're moving it crisply on offense.
Crisply, I like that. Yeah, moving it very, very well. Looks like the defense on their heels a little bit. You put a score in here, long way to go, but you're right, that's a heck of a start.
Yeah, and I think this is where the play caller is looking at his play sheet and saying, do I have that dagger play? Do I have that play and just finish them off right now? Because I think they'd love to gain that big advantage early.
And now the third-year man out of NC State, it's Nyheim Hines. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
On second down now, it's Taylor, and this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
If you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
This is 3rd and 1, very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. Wentz now to throw. Campbell making the catch. And he is going to have a Colts first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1.
That throw's not going to get them a whole lot, but that really didn't matter, did it? They got what they needed on that throw. Picked up the first down, and I'm going cliche here. Game of inches, partner.
Absolutely. And you talked to me a lot about opening drives, how key those are to set the tone. You kept the drive alive. 3rd down conversion here's big. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On the delay, here's Hines. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. And what in the world? Not sure if he just heard a whistle there or what, but for some reason he spiked the football. The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. Shotgun now for Wentz. And he's got his man Hilton. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 18. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play. They're going to have to do something with him. He was so sensational last week, over 200 yards. AFC Offensive Player of the Week, what do? You hold him?
That's a good start as long as you can get away with it. Otherwise, just giving up penalties and free plays for the offense. But I think you've got to do a combination of things. Chip it his timing at the line of scrimmage. Have extra people in the territory for him. You've got to do everything and change it up from snap to snap.
On first down, it's Hines. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. This is Hines. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a first and goal.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
From the 2, here's first and goal. They'll try to run with Hines. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Nyheim Hines, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Colts are going to take a first-quarter lead. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game.
Blankenship to kick off for Indianapolis.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. On the return, here's the dangerous Cordero Patterson. Oh, a good-looking return set up here.
Patterson on the return. The Bears take over first and 10 at their own 34.
Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Foles going to lead the Bears to the line. First and 10 at the 34. And they'll begin by running the option. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Julian Blackmon brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career. Oh, free safety blitz, that can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he'd better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense.
Second and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Another try after the first down sack. Foles. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Grover Stewart, he's the one that drops him this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Not easy for Nick Foles and the Bears now. 3rd and long after the sack.
Watch 9. Here we go.
Here's Foles. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you come in off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. On the return, it's Rodgers. It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Kendall Beckwith gets him for a loss of 5. He is so tough to handle on the blitz, and that's Exhibit A. A few issues here on the offensive line. Apparently, he got sacked 5 times last week. They got to him here in the first quarter.
And I would think that running the ball would be paramount here because it's a different team they're facing, but they watch the film as well. So they'll take many of those same principles and try and apply them in this game to see if they fixed what was wrong with them in the last game.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Another try after the first down sack. Wentz on the right side. It's Hilton with a catch. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. 16 yards, a first down.
16 yards.
Reception there by T.Y. Hilton, and he absolutely terrifies defenses when he gets downfield. Speed, shiftiness, excellent hands. 5 1,000-yard seasons in his career.
So they go from one 42-yard line to the other as they come up now 1st and 10. On the counter, it's Taylor. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Well, they sent the power set out there, and their job is to be man-on-man and move people so they can run the football. But that time, too many men didn't get moved in the box defensively. They end up throwing him for a loss.
Second and 11 now. Working from the gun, Wentz. Catch made here by Campbell. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. They run with Hines. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. This offense #1 in the NFL in picking up first downs, and their run game got him another one there.
A really good stat to lead the league in, isn't it? Because if you keep picking up first downs, sustaining drives, that means you're controlling the football, controlling the clock, and letting your defense rest on the sidelines.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. action. Now Wentz. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far in second down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Throwing is Wentz. Over the middle, hauled in by Campbell. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 14. Another good reception there. The Colts on the march.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Here's Hines. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They run with Taylor. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. It's a 6-yard run. Leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with 3rd down coming up.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
So 3rd and inches, and this will be the 9th play of the drive. Wentz. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Kendall Beckwith able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Well, it's about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears try to go for it on 4th. They'll go for it. It's Wentz. And Pascal's got it. And the Colts are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
1st and goal, Indianapolis.
6-0 our score after 1.
With the score, Colts 6, Bears nothing.
They'll look to run with Taylor. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Colts are able to grow their lead.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
Rodrigo Blankenship on for the PAT. And oh, it's no good. For the second time now in this first half, he's missed an extra point.
Rodrigo Blankenship to kick off for Indianapolis.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Now it's Patterson. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
First and 10 at their own 30.
The Chicago offense set to get started. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Foles and the Bears now with a 1st and 10 at about the 32. They're going to start the drive here on the ground with Patterson. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Julian Blackman on the...
Those are the plays this defense needs with the deficit they're facing.
It certainly is, and they've got to continue to swarm the football and hope that someone, while they're holding up the ball carrier, can get in there and rake it and lock it free. They need to get some takeaways as well.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now Foles. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards there, 1st down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
They'll run on 1st down. Patterson. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
From just shy of midfield, Foles. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line.
At their own...
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. So after the INT, here's Wentz. Open man is Trey Burton. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
It's a pick.
Trey Burton making the catch for his new team, the Colts, but he was a member of these Bears the last 2 seasons. Had a career best 54 catches, in fact, 2 years ago, but then injuries held him to just 14 total catches in 2019. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now it's Hines. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line.
The ball carrier.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. The Colts on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Now Wentz. Finds his big tight end, Mo Alley-Cox. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. A big one there on third down. They hit for 30 yards.
Well, dialing up that play call certainly meant that he grabbed a little extra shot of courage on that one, because normally on 3rd and short, you're just trying to move the sticks, get the ball just past that line of scrimmage. Instead, they take the big shot downfield, and it pays off.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. Taylor. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
No, Jonathan Taylor didn't get the yards he wanted on that carry. But I think this is central casting for him to be with the Colts. A big, strong, physical offensive line that goes with his running style. Elite speed, elite power. I think he'll catch more passes out of the backfield in the NFL than he did at Wisconsin. And yards after contact, that's his forte. The only thing he's got to improve on, taking care of the football. Put it on the ground way too often at Wisconsin. If he learns to hang on to it, he could be one of the surprises in the NFL.
On 2nd and 7, Wentz. The pass underneath. Here's Hines with it. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. That leads us to a 1st and goal. It's a pickup of 8.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
Wentz is going to keep it. And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. The sack by Robert Quinn.
Former first-round pick Leonard Floyd is no longer with the Bears, so they signed Robert Quinn to replace him as a sack guy. And Robert Quinn just got one right there. Had 11.5 sacks last year with Dallas. The best since his lone All-Pro season in 2014. And I know the Bears are his 4th team in 4 years after stints with the Rams, Dolphins, and Cowboys. But don't be fooled.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jordan Thomas, his first touchdown on the year. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
So up comes Wentz as he and the guys on offense here will go for 2. Wentz going to throw. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more.
20. Bears, nothing.
So they elect to pass there on the 2-point try. Sometimes could prove risky. There it worked out.
Yeah, and I love how you bring up that it can prove risky, because if you get it intercepted and they return it, that's 2 points for the defense, but not on that play.
Rodrigo Blankenship to kick off for Indianapolis.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Now it's Patterson. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own.
Nick Foles gearing up again here to go on offense. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown 1 interception. He wants to balance that off with at least 1 touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward.
Foles going to lead the Bears to the line. 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Patterson on the draw play. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here.
To the running back.
DeForest Buckner in on the tackle.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs. Run some plays, run some clock. Allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
From the 39, Foles. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Justin Houston making his presence felt there in the backfield.
Nice pass rush there by Justin Houston, culminating in a sack. And the move to Indianapolis in 2019, absolutely rejuvenating. Plus, he changed positions from outside linebacker to defensive end and had his first double-digit sack season since 2014.
Not easy for Nick Foles and the Bears now. 3rd and long after the sack. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He's going to air one out. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Chicago. Cordero Patterson. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bears get a bit closer. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who's a complete guy, who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
Put that thing over your permit. 6 figures every year, yeah, earn that. Every front of this line is where my turn at.
Sometimes you need a friend, not the ones that just show up and don't put nothing in.
Cairo Santos on to try the extra point. That is good, and that'll make it 20-7. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And the end result is a Bears touchdown. After the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 27.
So here are the Colts to take over. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
Taylor of the Colts ball carrier.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now Wentz. That's complete to his running back, Taylor. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a 3rd down.
The Colts on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And in the next breath, they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. Wentz now on first down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Here's Wentz to throw. Fighting Hilton on the slant. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 45-yard line. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also move the sticks. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Now Wentz. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Another try after the first down sack. Wentz over the middle here. It's Hilton. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 28. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
Now we've got whistles and a flag. Looked like one of the Colts linemen might have jumped. And that'll set him back 5. From the gun, it's Wentz. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on second down.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Throwing now is Wentz. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Now a look at Smith. Not sure exactly what happened, but he's still down. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Ninth play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. Here's Taylor. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and this long drive is going to continue as they move the chains again.
We ought to come up with a T-shirt and sell it that says, no indecision on 3rd and 1. And we didn't see it on that run, did we? Got his shoulders square, just got right into the line of scrimmage and picked it up.
Absolutely. Picked his lane, went with it, and converted. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Ricardo Allen, the safety, makes the stop. This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. To throw is Wentz. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Akeem Hicks at 6'5", 332 finds his way home for the sack.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. This offense 2 for 2 on 3rd downs on this drive. They're in for a tough test here, though. 3rd and long. Shotgun now for Wentz. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
A 40-yard attempt.
Blankenship's kick is good. And that will swell the lead to 16.
Colts 23, Bears 7.
So they get the field goal, but that was a 14-play drive to get 3.
You sound like you're going negative on me there, partner.
I was.
Sounds like you're thinking the 3's just not that good.
And people say that we're negative sometimes. So.
Well, here's the deal. Getting the 3 is good. Obviously, you would think on a 14-play drive you're going to get 6 out of it. But that type of a drive can pay dividends later on because you might wear the defense down.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble to bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27.
their own 27.
Now Allen Robinson and company gearing up to go again on offense. You better believe that he's well aware he has 0 catches right now, and they're losing, so he's probably a little hungry.
And you know the guys on defense are aware as well. And they're really excited he has no catches, but they're also worried because a lot of times that's like the ticking time bomb. The longer you hold him down, when he finally explodes, look out.
Yeah, no catches, though, so far in this game. Foles and the Bears now with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. He'll begin by dropping it off to Montgomery. And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well.
Holding offense.
I don't know what the heck.
That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
Following the penalty, Montgomery. And he'll push forward for about 4 up to the 23.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Second and 14. Foles. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Cordero Patterson, the one he was hoping to get it to. And it's 3rd down.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
The Bears on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. Here's Foles. And he finds his tight end, Graham. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he's on to punt for Chicago. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. 35 yards that time on the punt. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
On 1st down, it's Hines. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
At the 47-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. 6 yards on the pickup, and that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on 3rd. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he gets it to the 32, good enough for a 1st down. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you should have a few men in the box there.
Wentz now on 1st down. Caught left side by Hilton. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs. And he's over 100 yards now after that last catch. Already, of course, leading the NFL in receiving yardage.
So he's done nothing at all to hurt his cause to stay in that spot. But I've been so impressed with how he's gotten it done. Body control, route running. How about the way he competes for the football at the end of the play?
And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Another try after the 1st down sack. Wentz. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. And with just 1 second remaining in the 1st half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit.
A 31-yard attempt.
Blankenship's kick is good. And that will do it for this 1st half. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit. But first, time for a trip around the league on this final weekend of September. We'll begin our tour out at Nissan Stadium in Nashville. And it's the Titans on top as that one draws close to halftime. Ryan Tannehill throwing the football well. He has 3 touchdown passes. From there, it's off to North Carolina to check on the Panthers at home in Charlotte. And this one going the visitors' way as the Cardinals have the lead in that one. DeAndre Hopkins, a touchdown reception. Lastly, let's head to Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati. See what's happening with the Bengals. And they trail in that one as it's the visiting Jags who are out in front. The Jaguars still in a dogfight, but this would be a good victory for them if they could get it. In our game, it's been Carson Wentz with a strong 1st half. He's thrown for over 200 yards already, and his guys have the lead as well. As we get you back to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. Rodgers on the return. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Out come the Colts. They'll have it first here to start quarter number 3. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
4 yards on.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Second and 6, just inside the 30. Again, it's Taylor. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32.
Ball carrier.
Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense the next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line.
Sean Gibson brought him down.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory.
He's across midfield.
But really, that was no surprise there. They've been running it well all game. And I know goals change all the time, but any team will take that type of run each and every time.
On third down, here's Taylor. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45.
He was brought down.
3 yards on first, 4 on second, and now 5 on third down. Move the sticks.
On third down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. A throw out wide caught by Pascal. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. So that'll back him up 5. The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Tackle made there by Bilal Nichols.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
On 2nd and 15 now. Wentz. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Working from the gun, Wentz, and he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first, but at least it's 4th down.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the 2nd half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
On 2nd and 10, Foles. Got a man, it's Patterson, complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
No pain, no gain.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. They'll get to him just inside the 15-yard line. And even after that fancy footwork, we saw a good job defensively to recover.
7-yard pickup.
Well, they gave up a few yards there, but all in all, I think it's a pretty nice job defensively against the jet sweep. If they don't slow him up, he might take it to the house. So they'll take that play every time on the defensive side of the ball.
Here we go. 58. 58.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Foles. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line.
Robinson.
Give him 3 on the play, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and it'll result in a fresh set of downs.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Now a run with Montgomery. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. A gain of 3, 2nd down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
On 2nd down, it's Montgomery, and he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
Now Foles to the end zone, but it's incomplete. The passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
So on 4th down, Cairo Santos on now for the Bears field goal. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Santos' kick is up and through, and that'll get the deficit back to 16.
26. Bears 10.
A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
This taken in about 4 yards deep. And Rodgers will hold on to this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Indy set to go on offense once more. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team, because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Wentz. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
That was a really nice interception. I think it illustrates the differences between playing man and playing zone. When you're in man, all you're focused on is the receiver in front of you. But when you're in zone, you're allowed to read the quarterback's eyes and go to the ball. That's exactly what happened on that play.
Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal, field goal, field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Jimmy Graham, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into bigger points. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
It's caught outright by Graham. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Well, I haven't met an NFL player yet that doesn't use criticism as an edge, and Jimmy Graham has heard that a number of people think he's near the end of his career, and he didn't put up the numbers he should have put up in Green Bay with Aaron Rodgers. I think he's going to play with a huge chip on his shoulder. Nice catch there, and he wants to show flashes of that form that he exhibited early in his career with New Orleans and Seattle.
And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
Nice gain there by the second-year runner out of Iowa State, David Montgomery, who often finishes his runs moving forward and knocking defenders back. He finished tied with Josh Jacobs for the most carries by a rookie last year. But what the Bears need from him, improve on his 3.7 yards per attempt. If he gets that up into the 4s, look out. He can control the game with his running.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
From the 6 now on 2nd and 3. And that's incomplete. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd and short.
And we just saw another example. These cornerbacks have played tight coverage all game long. Might start wanting to think about a few double, triple move routes to try and shake their guys free.
You're right, they have had no room to breathe. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Anthony Miller, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bears use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. Now the Bears keeping the offense on the field and going for 2.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
Two-point conversion.
And unable to connect. They don't get the two-point conversion here. Popular down near the goal line. Quick slant. Nice job there to get in, knock it away.
It was. And one of the other things you're concerned about when you throw that route is to make sure your offensive linemen use their leverage to get the hands of the defensive front down so you can throw it through that little bit of crowd and get it to the receiver. In this event, they did, but a nice play by the defender knocking it away.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Rodgers on the return. The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
Isaiah Rodgers on the return. The Colts take over 1st and 10. At their own.
Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. They had that first half lead, but they have been shut down here in this third quarter, so time to retool a bit.
And probably need to tap into that emotional vein that gets them back to really playing hard and effectively. Because a lot of times we think it's just play calls and this isn't working and they're shutting them down. Sometimes when you get a lead, you lose your edge. You don't play quite as hard. That's what they're looking for here.
Trying to get that edge back as they've watched this lead shrink a little. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. T.Y. Hilton, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Wentz now to throw.
And once more for Hilton, and this time complete.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. Well, there's your leading receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, putting on another clinic, well over 100 yards.
Are we taking notes? We should be, right? Because I'm going to go back and watch this tape and really enjoy what I'm seeing. The route running, competing for the football, just breaking down a defense.
Three tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10.
They'll run with Taylor. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. Akeem Hicks that time on the tackle.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Second and 7.
Now Wentz. That's complete to Hines out of the backfield. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. That one a first down pickup of 8.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
They'll run on first down. Hines. And he'll take this one down to about the 40.
The ball carrier.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike is 59.
Now Wentz. Catch made here by Campbell. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 30. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They run the counter. Taylor, a short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
And not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now a play fake. Wentz. He'll find Hines out of the backfield. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense, because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Eighth play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. Snap coming at 1. Now Wentz. And he's got his man Hilton. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll run here with Taylor. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Colts add on to their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Blankenship out for the point after.
Extra point.
So he missed his first 2, but this time it's good, and that'll extend the lead. A 10-play drive that time.
And it was capped off by a Jonathan Taylor touchdown.
Rodrigo Blankenship to kick off for Indianapolis.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off.
On the return, it's Tariq Cohen. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here.
Cohen on the return. The Bears take over 1st and 10. at their own 32-yard line.
Now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. Foles going to lead the Bears to the line. 1st and 10 at about the 32. He's back to throw here to start the drive. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Grover Stewart picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Another try after the 1st down sack. Foles. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
The Bears on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 8. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Colts are going to get the football in outstanding field position. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. This is Hines. Fights him off and brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to, and it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Right back to him on 1st down. And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18.
The ball carrier.
And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
6 yards left on 2nd down.
Now Taylor. And he's going to take this down close to a first down at about the Bears' 13-yard line. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
On third down, it's Hines. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the first and goal.
It's always been funny to me, Brandon, when coaches always talk about on hot days like the one we have here, oh, it's hot for both teams. But when one team has the advantage, when one team is running the ball really well and closing things out, it's hotter for the defensive side, and they sag a lot quicker.
Yeah, they say the dog days of August, the heat we're seeing here today, dog days of September, and the advantage right now on the offensive side. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And the Colts are going to have a first and goal as some good running there gets them down to about the 2-yard line. Knock it on the door. That's a gain of 7, and we'll leave them with second and goal coming up. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down fourth quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys are just saying, let's just keep running it out, and we've got them now.
Again, it'll be Taylor. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Jonathan Taylor with his third touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Colts are able to grow their lead. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now, no question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. Yeah, what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead. Now Blankenship on for the PAT. Now, these have been no picnic for him so far. He's missed 2, but this one is good. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it was capped off by a Jonathan Taylor touchdown.
Rodrigo Blankenship to kick off for Indianapolis.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Here's Cohen now to return. And shedding the tackle, and now some room. Room to run at the 50. Still going inside the 30. And they are not going to catch him. He's in.
Touchdown, Bears.
It's been a back-and-forth game, a lot of points on the board, and that return right there kind of indicative of how this thing's going.
Yeah, you've seen both teams go at it, and as you just pointed out, both of them have found the end zone. But just like in boxing, you know the blow that hurts the most? The one you didn't see coming, and that often is the case when it comes in special teams.
Now a 2-point conversion attempt forthcoming. Foles will look to throw.
The attempt
Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
that keeps the score. Colts.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years numbers of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us? Because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation, this time unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
And this carries into the end zone. And we will not see an attempt to match that return touchdown, as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. An opportunity for them to salt this game away after that 4th down stop we just witnessed, as they hold a commanding 3-score lead in the 4th quarter. Coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. A carry by Taylor to start the drive. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Taylor, the ball carrier.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. They run once more with Taylor. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. Campbell making the catch. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. That gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way, it worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. First and 10, Taylor now. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It's Khalil Mack, the all-pro, in there to get him behind the line.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Now on 2nd and 13. Wentz over the middle, hauled in by Campbell. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the 4th, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. If they continue to throw these safe passes, who can blame them?
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. They run with Taylor. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays.
And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
On first down, Hines. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Quick throw out wide by Wentz. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19.
Complete.
7 yards there and a first down.
A gain of 7.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Let's go. You tighten up. Hey, check back 21. Check back 21.
From the red zone now, Wentz.
Fighting Hilton on the slant. And the Colts are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football.
Go. 280. 59. Hey, I'm coming. Mike, check. 59.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And good pressure defensively to stop him for a loss of a couple. And there's also a flag to go with it. That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block, it'd be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty. But it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. Here's Hines. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Nyheim Hines with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. And Charles, the 2nd time today that he has hit pay dirt.
And once you score the first one, there is that natural tendency, and there's also that eagerness to get back there again. Oh, he smells it. This guy smelled the end zone, and twice he's gotten there.
Rodrigo Blankenship on for the PAT.
And they open the lead up now to 25 points. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it was all finished off by the 17-yard touchdown run.
Rodrigo Blankenship to kick off for Indianapolis.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off.
Now it's Patterson.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 30.
The Bears offense now getting ready to take over. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover.
Foles and the Bears now with a 1st and 10
at the 34.
Out of the gun, he'll throw.
And he'll be brought down by the Colts. DeForest Buckner, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
A play fake to Montgomery, now Foles.
He'll find Miller, that's complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Foles. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Here's Foles. And he'll complete this one to Patterson. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
The Bears on 3rd down. Not quite 50%, 4 for 9. Here it's 3rd and 3. The catch made by Miller.
And he will have the Bears' 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
They'll get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Foles. Got a man, it's Patterson, complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears 1st down.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They'd go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
On first down. He'll drop to throw. He completes this into the hands of Miller. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
58, boys, 58, 58, Mike. Watch the throw.
Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. He was trying to find Anthony Miller there, but now it's 3rd down. Another incomplete pass there. What do you take from this game offensively?
Well, you know it's tough to really analyze for him because it is a team game, right? Let's be honest, though. The defense did him no favors in this one at all. Offense actually moved the ball. So, bottom line, film session, defense is going to be a real tough one for him. Offense, they'll get a little bit of praise.
His pass caught at the 4. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. And a field goal obviously means nothing here. They're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th down. Running for it, Montgomery. And he is not going anywhere. They stop him for no gain. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And that will force a turnover on downs. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a third situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
They'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive.
Let's put them on the buses. Let's put that team on the bus.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's upended at the 6 as they double their room to maneuver on a pickup of 3.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 6-yard line.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Check 26, check 26. Grade 15, grade 15.
On 2nd and 7, Wentz over the middle here. It's Hilton. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Check 59, Mike. Mike is 59. Mike to 59. I got you. I got you.
They run with Hines. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at their 49-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
That's not new. Hey, Mike 51, Mike 51. Silver.
Taylor. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers and freed up the D lineman to make the play.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
51's the mic. 51's the mic. Stop your whining. Check 3. Check 2.
From midfield, here's Wentz. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
Intended for Zach Pascal. Incomplete. Brings up 4th down.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. They'll go for it. It's Wentz. Got an open man. That's Campbell. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 17 yards on the pickup, and they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down. Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Indianapolis, hey, they finish a perfect month of September as they move to 4-0 on the new campaign. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Cleveland to take on the Browns. Meanwhile, for Chicago, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they'll look to get back on the beam next week as they host the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.